What a lovely afternoon. Welcome to your favorite weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. It promises to be exciting, educative, enlightening. Well, you won't regret watching 60 Minutes Nigeria today. Spending your 60 minutes with us surely will be worth the while, because we are looking at something very, very crucial to national development. And it has to do with entrenching good governance and rule of law. We've been bringing rule of law in our programs, and I hope you understand the reason for that. Without the rule of law, there can't be any sane society, and there can't be any sane government. Now, entrenching good governance. You will recall that only last night, NLC and TUC suspended the nationwide industrial action, the nationwide strike. Now, though it was because of the assault on the NLC president, Ajero, but before that strike, they've gone on strike before, demanding for welfare of workers, demanding for a number of things. And they have always accused the government of reneging on the promises made or the agreement signed. So, is that good for good governance? We'll be looking at all of that. My name remains Erosa Agbolaho, and I also have with me very, very distinguished personalities. Some of them are regular faces who are reputed for analyzing, dissecting national issues just the way it is. We have in the studio a leader of congregations, a leader of the youths, a clergyman of repute, Dr. Elvis Agbonayima. Nice to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
We also have with us the director of communication. He was a former council secretary, but now his director has been elevated in the Christian Association of Nigeria, Sir Best Iriabe. Nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I know that the viewer out there will be happy to see Sir Best Iriabe because he actually trained outside Nigeria. So we'll be giving you a lot of Roman and Italian cliche in his explanation. I know you're looking forward to that. We also have with us a very highly respected clergyman, and of course, a man that analyzes national issues with integrity, Apostle Godwin Okudili. Nice to have you with us today.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless audience.
Okay, so that's the setting. That's the way we are set for today's program. And we'll be starting with Sir Best Iriabe, entrenching good governance and the rule of law. Nigeria is bedeviled with myriads of problems. And the school of thought posits that once you have good leaders, once you have elected leaders, public office leaders who are credible, who knows exactly what they are doing, that the pendulum will swing positively in the favor of Nigeria. Sir Best Iriabe, yes. What's your opening remarks on this?
Yeah, you're quite right. Good governance has to do with the ability of custodians of state powers to work for the common good once they find themselves in the corridors of power. And that has been the bane of Nigeria. We have not had good leaders who will be able to say, look, I'm here not for my own private good, not to work for my pocket, but to actually come to weather the storm and to roll the sleeve and work for the generality of the people. So we've not seen that since 1960. You see, Nigeria can be, with all due respect, can be likened to the proverbial geriatric snail, who though moves, but the movement no seriousness. Or perhaps you can also describe it as an octopus. Octopus it has several legs. It moves. The movement does not progress. It is just rolling around the same place there. That's what we have been over time. It's not because God has not, providence has not been good to us. Providence has been good to us. God has been kind. But the people who have come over time to manage the affairs of this country are people who are lovers of money. And because they are lovers of money, they are not able to deploy the resources of the state for the common good of the people. That has been the problem. So if we want to entrench good governance, we need people who are oven baked, people who have who are well brought up morally, people who work for the rule of law. You know what I don't want people to do to me, I wouldn't like to do it to other people. People who have the ability to manage state resources for the good of the people. We will not find such leaders. The ones we have been seeing are those who just they come and tell you, oh, we are here to serve. People called us to come and serve. We are not here because of your money. But at the end of the day, you see that while they are there, they are actually there because of money. The moment they come into office, the first thing you know, how to know that these ones are not going to provide anything, is that they go on television and thanking God. They go in and out of churches, thanking God that they are now president, they are now ministers, they are now commissioners. Thanking God for what? Have you just won a lottery? You have been invited to come and work for the people. Then you see them thanking God, throwing parties. That tells you immediately that these people are not coming to work for the common good. They are coming to work for their own private pocket. So the bane of Nigeria has been the inability of the country to allow people who have a knack to actually work for the people to come in. They don't allow them. We have so many of them, but they don't have the money, because money bags have hijacked the system, so they cannot even print posters and anything. So they are there, highly educated people, but they are not allowed to come in. The money bags come and bestride the narrow way like a colossus, and then when they come, what they have come to do is to get more money and add to for the next generation of their family. So good governance has been, it's a far cry just now when we talk about Nigeria, but hope rising. We hope that we'll get there someday.
Thank you very much, Sir Best Area B. We'll get the thoughts of Dr. Elvis Agbonaima.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My personal opinion, or my take, if I want to say something now, you might not agree with me. We are going from bad to worst. If you look at, we are talking about entrenching good governance and rule of law.
Yes.
If you look at the way things are going over the years, you know, things that used to be bad, it's not like it's a good thing now.
How do you mean?
If you look at the judgment that different part of our judiciary is bringing out, you just begin to wonder. Far back 20 years ago, these were wrong. When did they change the constitution? That's why I told you that talking about the rule of law, if you watch your TV lately of late, you discover that even senior advocate of Nigeria will come on social media or come on here. A lot of things are happening. It looks as if that the rule of law have been thrown to the corner. If you see the kind of judgment that is coming out from different states, from different courts, it will shock you. You will get a picture and a sign from my own observation that is like we are going from bad to worst. A situation whereby even the many state governments, even the federal government, there are some laws, there are some judgment from God. They don't even obey. But they will want you to obey as a citizen. I will continue to say this. If we want to entrench good governance and the rule of law, it must begin with me, us. Because Nigeria are the problem. Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. Like, my co-panelist said just now, when people are given an appointment, you see them throw a party, as if, or not to them, if as is supposed, you have been given work to do. It is no time for merriment. Now, if somebody who is given a work to do is already celebrated, you should know that it's not ready to work. And looking at, everything happening, you will discover that our political leaders are not really helping in terms of, making the rule of law to be, in order. you discover that those who are in power many years ago, those who are not in power now, they were the ones shouting. But now they are taking leadership. You now discover that they are trying to turn the law upside down. I might not be a lawyer, but I have a background in law. I was taught law in university. Sometimes when we see what is happening, many, if you look at it now, a lot of governors now, they are shocking the legislators. As we speak now, what is even happening in the judiciary now? We have to pray, we have to be careful. The judiciary have to be careful, because I pray it wouldn't get to a time when judiciary will just come out with judgment and nobody will want to obey because of the way things are going.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. I think I get the line, your line of thought or line of argument. Yes, when the judiciary must be the beacon of hope for the masses. They must ensure judicial integrity.
But as we speak, sir, with due respect,
yes,
it's almost like the highest bidder. It's true.
But that cannot be proven.
Fact speaks for itself. We are Nigerians. We are seeing what is happening. You get it now? If you check now, it is not, it's like, according to Nigerian constitution, it is the electorate that will choose who should lead them. But if you look at it, there is even court now that is not deciding who should lead. And we are talking of the rule of law.
Yes.
It is not the court now. That's why some people will just tell you, say, go to court. Because they feel they can do everything. If you look at, if we go back to like 20-something years ago, the judiciary used to be a body that is so well respected. But as I speak to you now, the respect for the judiciary is dropping because of so many unquestionable, so many judgments that have come out from there. You get it now. Now people now can do what they like because they have money, they have influence, and it's like if you have money now, if you have influence, you can turn the law. The law will be for your favor. And you get what I'm saying now? No, Nigerians are not happy. Even the judiciary now, I will repeat myself, they have to be careful because the way things are going.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Elvis Agbanaima. I must also make this comment that when you see the blind woman, the symbol of justice in any court in Nigeria, what it simply implies is that the judiciary, or let's say the courts, when it comes to justice, the courts are blind. They are not supposed to see. So we hope that the judiciary will continue to uphold that, so that that symbol of justice will be respected. We have with us Apostle Okudili. Yes, looking at this discussion, what's your input?
Well, based on what you said, like the statue we now usually see in our court of law,
yes,
the politicians have removed the cloth they used to tie that statue. In the sense that when a politician knew that he's going to lose the election, he will first of all go and settle the law court. When the result will come out, he will say, go to court. That is this election.
Okay, what you're trying to say is that he will assemble his lawyers.
Listen to me.
Yes, because judges are incorruptible. He will assemble the lawyers.
Originally they are not. Originally they are not. But now I said politicians have removed the vein in that statue, that symbol
of justice.
That
again cannot be proven.
Of course, it cannot be proven.
In many times, justice even bought.
Yeah, but it cannot be proven. But based on what we are seeing playing out in these recent elections and those in power now, with what we have seen, even when the INEC announced the result, and there were a lot of voices that were coming out from the citizen, the next thing we hear, go to court. And at the end, we see what plays out. So let me come back.
Okay.
Actually, for a citizen of a country to have a good governance, number one we should look at is full respect for human rights. in Nigeria today, looking from the north to south, east and west, is the citizen having that human right? Or let's go back to what played out by the president of the Labour leader that caused the ASU to go on strike, which they later called off recently. Is there full rights for human rights? No. If we have to start for good governance, it must start with full rights, respect, full respect for human rights, no matter who it may be, whether they destitute on the street, whether they highly placed, whatever you are. But when we talk about this governance, good governance, we must talk about accountability, transparency, responsibility. These are some of the things that make the good governance. Is our government today accountable? Is the government today transparent? Are they responsible to the citizens? No. So if we have to get this right, I am on the advocate, based on my own personal opinion, that we should go back to the drawing board so that they should give full human rights. It's just on papers. Even our journalists and the media houses, I know they did their news and many other things. Thank God for social media that is playing out today. If not social media, there are a lot of things that are decoded that the citizens can never understand. But because the help of social media, a lot of things are unveiling every day. I was watching the returning officer in the Imo State election. That a young man came up and said, there is no election in so and so local government. One of the returning officers said, we hired more than 30 buses to people to go there and vote. And they asked him, who are those people that went there to vote? Then the INEC officer of the state were asking the man that was complaining there was no election, he should shut up. He keep on saying, the man say no. He walk out and stand in front of them and say no. There is no election. There is no election. That result, we cannot accept it. Do you know what? They beat him up and carried him out like a dead man out of the hall. Can you imagine that? Is there full respect for human rights? So if there should be full respect for human rights, those who are aspiring to be in government should not take it as do or die affair. They should look at the face of humans. They should have human feeling. They should go that I am going to that office to be accountable to the people. No, they are not accountable to their godfathers. Election is coming up in next year in Edo State. I want to assure you here. I know we come here and talk over this matter again. Yeah. You will discover that the person that will enter there have already been listed down.
No, I disagree with you.
Oh, yes, I know you will disagree with me. Yes. But on my own opinion,
people will determine.
Yeah, they will determine. Oh, Agbola, please listen. You know what's happening. We have gotten a lot of examples. As you see, I'm angry. We have gotten a lot of examples from the presidency to House of Senate and House of Rep. Even the election that is going on now, you know, the state that took place last Saturday, come up now. Those states will come up. Yeah. Yes, you may disagree with me. That is true.
Can I quickly just say
have to go?
Can I quickly say before you continue?
Yes.
Now, why I disagreed with you? Now, I'm not saying that we've not witnessed electoral fraud in Nigeria. I'm not saying that. Even INEC assured Nigerians that they will improve. When you say you will improve, it means you are aware of lapses. So I'm not saying that there's no electoral fraud. But the case of Edo State, you mentioned it, in 2024. Now, the incumbent governor, his tenure will expire, will terminate. He's not coming back for a third term. So his tenure is over. Now, we have different political parties. We have Labour Party. We have the PDP that is ruling now. We have APC. They are all warming up. As a journalist, I'm aware that they are all warming up, strategizing. So don't you think that your opinion, your fears may not hold water in 2024?
Yes, we are anchoring this program, Mr. Bola. Listen, you see, it is turn by turn. Oh. Remember the man said, it is my turn. Understand, it is turn. Election we are seeing today, if we are to get good governance, enriching the citizens,
yes,
it should not be turn by turn.
Okay.
Are you understanding now? Yeah. Godfatherism is trying to impose a candidate, even from the political party setting.
Yeah.
Like as my colleagues have said, really, those who are throwing parties try to celebrate because they win, they are not ready to take responsibility. They are not ready to work. A man that is ready to work will first of all fold his long sleeve. He will sit down and make a plan. The Bible says a man who must set to build his house will sit down and count the cost. But our politicians are not counting the cost. They are making it as if there is nothing like governance. Time is going to come that our lawyers will be stoning them on the streets. Time is going to come that the politician will not have respect. If they lie, let them buy bulletproof and jets. Time is going to come. I remember years back when Otomi said that time is going to come, kidnapping will ravage the nation. It's what is happening today. That's 30 years ago. But what is playing out today, the thing is that there is a time you will pursue the man or even a chicken. By the time the chicken will bounce back, you know that the chicken have teeth. Not even his beak. The same thing, there is a level you will push someone to an extent, he will fight back. The politicians should take note, even as they are listening, that it will not be like that all the time. Our past president, Jonathan, said it when he was giving an analysis that what happened in one of the Western nations of our West Africa. What provoked the youth until the incumbent president even find himself out of the country. And they went even to the state house and take over the state house. Time is going to come that it's not be business as usual. Whether we like it or not. Good governance, no road. Good governance, people are suffering. Good governance, you go to hospitals, you cannot get good facilities for your treatment. Good governance, our children are suffering. Google recently, a graduate who graduated for 13 years, going for job, he could not get a job. The person they sat together in primary certificate, he queued the same line with him to get a job. He got home and bought his certificate. What does that mean? Is there good governance? What are we saying here? Please, we should let them understand that the citizens are crying. Not only hunger. There are certain things you should do to abate hunger. Give me food. Don't teach me how to eat fish. Teach me how to catch fish. These people will get it right. And I believe they are hearing us.
Thank you very much. Like Apostle Kudili said, it's very emotional. I share in his pains because we all go to the same market. We all we experience the same thing in Nigeria. It is our desire, it is our optimism that the leadership will get it right. Somebody said recently that under President Tinubu's government, the recent off-cycle elections in Bayelsa, in Imo, in Kogi, missed results. PDP won, APC won. So in other words, what the president was trying to talk about is that there can be transparent elections without the president interfering. So anything can also happen in Edo in 2024. But it's not for me to talk. Let's just get Sabesi Rabe again before we take a brief break.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are gravitating towards a state of anomy that George Orwell spoke about when in his book called 1984, where everything goes. There's no rule of law. You survival of the fittest. 1984 by George Orwell, and it's coming to pass even in the case of Nigeria. I think what we need to do here is that if you look at the optics of politicians, once they ascend the throne, to use that word, you see the way they do things with so much bravado. They put on agbada and cap, which those clothes I call the robe of foolishness, with all due respect to them. And then they want to live in opulence, drive cars and all that. And so people looking at them, people who ought to be looking up to them, maybe someday I will also be like that, will also rise to power, will not do anything that is different from what they are doing. So until political engagements and offices vis-a-vis the legislature, offices in legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, if there's less emphasis on money, less emphasis on money and wealth, good people will come up to mount the rostrum to want to play politics. For instance, a young man who is just coming, who is highly intelligent, good intelligent quotient, and he knows what to do, where is he going to get 100 million naira to buy a phone? in order to become a president or a governor. So all those things should be made less attractive. Once that is done, good people will now begin to come up. Just now, it's going to be a far cry. You're not going to have any good governance. Because those who are there, looking at them, I use the word optics, looking at them, their overall modus operandi shows that they love money. You see the way they brandish cars, that they are just, very soon they are going to buy 160 million naira, I'm sure. Those cars have started arriving for every senator and every House of Representatives member. 160 million naira for one car per person.
Okay, thank you.
With everything inside. So, unless we make
we'll just quickly take this break before we allow you to continue.
Okay.
Nice to have you back. The program is 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Ewosa Mulao. I have in the studio Dr. Ebi Sagbonaima, Sir Best Iriabe, Apostle Godwin Okudili. Before the interlude, Sir Best Iriabe was just emphasizing the point. I'll just allow him quickly conclude that so I will get the thoughts of Dr. Ebi Sagbonaima. Yes,
I was just saying that good governance will continue to be a far cry if we make political offices so attractive as it is today. Okay. Just no sooner that they get there, they are asking for 160 million naira vehicle. A yacht is already in the oh, you cannot deceive Nigerians.
It's Nigerian Navy that they say order for the yacht.
The place where we are now is what is surprising is that the moment people get to government, a social critique of yesterday, the moment it gets to government, it will change. You'll be singing a new song. And they talk as if all Nigerians are not intelligent. They insult our collective intelligence. They buy a yacht. They say, no, is yacht a gunboat? Is it meant to fight war? A yacht is a 5-star hotel on top of water. Does our president live in Venice? Venice is a city that is all water. If here was Venice, Lagos was Venice, and you buy a yacht, nobody would raise an eyebrow. Now, the point we are making is that let us reduce the cost of governance, make it less attractive, so that young people who have the wherewithal, both mentally and otherwise, can come to work for the common good of the people. Just now, they are telling you that we should tighten our bets. The commoners should tighten their belt. They are not saying to have tightened their own from the optics, from the way they move about, and so on and so forth. So, we need to begin to provide solution here. We are not going to give up on Nigeria. I believe Nigeria is going to be great. There's no question about that. We need to tarry a bit. So that's why to talk like this is important. Even those people say, why are you talking? You are talking to deaf people. Let's hope that one day what is blocking their ears will fall off so that they can listen to the people. So we keep talking. You see, there are people, look at South Korea. Look at the President Lee Kuan Yew of Lee Kuan Yew. These are countries.
Singapore.
Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, Ben Gurion of Israel. These are countries that people, the true up people, very intelligent young people who do not have regard to money. Once you are a lover of money, there's nothing you can do, Egosa. But when you place less emphasis on money, you'll be able to do a lot, achieve it. So I'm going to work. After all, I continue to quote that scripture. That scripture is my anchor. He said, for you did not bring anything to this world. Neither are you going to bring anything away. You see, I would have suggested to our leaders, one of the things as politicians are about to be sworn in, they are mounted the saddle. If they will allow me, I will take them to a mortuary as part of the preparation towards mounting the saddle of leadership. One of the courses I will take them through a day tour of some mortuaries to look at people who once had money, who had head sway. They have this and all that. They are completely dead. They are on the ground, naked. Naked. They don't even know if they have money in the bank. They are not aware that they have wives or children anymore. So when they look at it, I say, my friend, you are the president of Nigeria. Are you aware that you are going to be like this? So what's the point going to steal from our common patrimony? Why don't you use this money for the common good? So that after you have gone, people will now begin to think about you. People begin to talk about you, whether you like it or not. The Obemudia of this world. Obemudia is still unsung up to today. Obemudia, most of the things he did at that time, we still see them on ground. Thanks to the Governor Basaki the other time. One thing I love him about is that some of those things that were that were left, about 40 years old building, he built them up. Those were Ogbomodia legacy. Those, if you go to Sapele Road, you see all those tall buildings. He built it long ago, which the Obaseki, God bless him, has gone to refurbish and make it usable just now. Ogbomodia has still been talked about, at least still being talked about. So good name continue to be better than riches.
Thank you
so
very
if
much.
we place less emphasis on money, wealth, and allow people who really have the good of this country to mount the saddle, I'm sure things will change for the better.
Okay, thank you
like
very
we were
much.
talking about judiciary just now, where you say, oh, they are not corrupt. We don't need to. They are very old. The last retiree, the one who retired from the Supreme Court, you saw what he said during his valedictory speech.
Yes.
He condemned himself and the institution that threw him up. And people now said, why did you not say so while you were still in? Why is it that today you are leaving, you are saying so? So when you say this judiciary is corrupt, we are not saying anything new. Nobody is saying anything new. What I would like to say here is that all segments of the Nigerian society must be retooled, re-engineered, and reworked. Whether it's the judiciary, whether it's the legislature and the executive, there must be a re-engineering of these three.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly inform our viewer that you can be a part of this program by through telephone. You can call in and make your own contribution. But let's listen to Dr. Elvis Agbonema. What's the way forward to entrenching good governance?
Before I speak from the area of the way forward,
Yes.
are you aware now that even those who are working, receiving salary are suffering?
You are correct.
Those who are working, receiving salary, they are suffering
You
now.
are correct.
Of course. Now, if the people that are receiving salary are suffering, now what about those who don't even have job? Now, the system has seriously collapsed. And like I was saying just now, because some of these people feel they are in power and they can do undo, and they can, you know, enter the judiciary, the legislature. If you see what the political leaders are doing now, it's like, you know, they are just treating Nigerians. If you go to embassy now and see Nigerians that are leaving this country, that are going for a visa, every day it will shock you. Now, when we want to talk about way forward, the way forward is every one of us has to change, because there is serious hunger in the land.
Okay, we have this caller. I have to quickly interject. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Mr. Rosa.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
Okay, this is your boy, Sonny Redosa is my name from my road.
Oh, you are a great man. Please just make it very brief. Go on.
Thank you very much. I'd like to continue from where you interject.
Dr. Elvis. Okay.
When you talking about when we have to change. To be honest with you, I have seen and listened to several of us. And when you engage us, you realize that we are not different from the people that we are complaining about. So I think that life is spiritual, and changes must begin from the inside. Before God created government, God created family. And when there's a problem in family, it affects the society. So if that is correct, before any of us is exposed to any position, we must look at ourselves. What we are involved in right now, if we are given the opportunity, what are we going to do differently? Look at the election that happened in Kogi, that happened in Bayelsa State and Imo State. The mayhem that was caused, they were not caused by the government directly. They were caused by the people. So that showed that the office of the citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is far, far better and bigger than the office that they are temporarily holding. So if we, the people, are not aiding them, I can tell you, they will be afraid. But because we are aiding them, it's giving them the opportunity to leverage on our position, on our psyche. So based on your information from your guest this afternoon, we need to look inward and find a way to say no, because we can't continue like this. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We are grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Elvis.
Now,
I have to quickly interject.
yeah,
Please go on.
like I said, we Nigerians have to change.
Okay.
Because we are the problem of ourselves. I keep saying it. Until we change, nothing will change. Now, INEC told us that they are going to improve and all that. If you watch from 2015, they are getting worse. It's true. Okay. From all the elections they have conducted,
yes,
you will see retrogression. You see that they are taking us backward.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Please reduce the volume of your TV set. Reduce the volume of your TV set.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Benin.
Okay, go on.
Yes. The problem we are facing in Nigeria is just sincerity.
Okay.
We are not sincere to ourselves, and we are the government. All of us are the government. Me and the government, everybody that is moving around, they are all part of the government, because government is individual. You know, when we ourselves, as individuals of this country, try to do things straight, I know by God's grace that everything will be straight. But when we ourselves is always greedy that, if I come to this office, it's to just enrich myself and my family, that's the problem. If you can make things accurate, let you know that after you are getting this position as the governor, as the senator, you have one car, you have one house. We will know where we are coming out from. But when we keep telling them that when you get this power, you have 200 cars, 200 million in your account, to give them the greed to make sure they rob everybody in the country. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Evie, just conclude.
To conclude my submission, one of the problems that is, taking Nigeria backward is this out of me myself. Greed. Many of us are too greedy. We are always too self-centered. We don't care about what, how others will feel, provided this thing favors us. Now, if we want the government to change, we the people must change. Because election is coming now. Go and check what many political parties are doing now. They are drilling them. I told you the other day, I said, you are qualified to be my governor. You said it. And you said, you were happy. I said, but if you desire to condemn, we will punish you. Because the rudiment we will take you through, you can't survive it. Are you getting me now? Yes. Now, people now, like my co-panelist said, there are people, intelligent people who can be our leader, who can help us to fix the system. But we, the same people, we don't allow them. Because if they don't bring money, you know what it takes to even be a councillor now, sir. Yes. It's a problem. Until we change, nothing will change. But one thing I want to quickly say here by my submission is that judiciary, they have to be careful. These politicians, they have to be careful. Because there's a level you push a goat, you call it a goat. If you turn from the wall, you will know that the goat is like a lion later.
Thank you. I was so good in the way forward. We need to provide solution, because the authorities can heed your suggestion and make adjustments.
Yes, the solution to this, reaching the good governance and the rule of law, is societal value. In summing it, the societal value. What did the society value? I say, what did they value? What they value is money. Our guys walking naked, a lot of things are going on. By the time you call a little child, please come here, please, can you help me? He will ask you money. Maybe your car is faulty, please come and help me to just give a push. He will look at you, walk. But once you mention money, he will turn back and say, you're ready. So, like as my
colleague...
But
don't you think that's as a result of poverty in the land?
Yeah, that is why those in power are making sure that the people that they are governing are not enriched. That is the reason. I sit down sometime, I try to ask myself some questions. Did God make us to suffer? Actually, no. There are certain set of people that make these things we are talking about, governance, to be for themselves, their children, and great-grandchildren.
Okay, let me quickly take this caller. Good afternoon. Okay, please reduce the volume of your TV set. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, your name, where are you calling from?
Of the mother of the person is my name.
Okay. Where are you calling from? Please go on.
One of the problems we have in this country is our constitution. It's not that our constitution is defective. It is handlers and interpreters of the constitution that are corrupt. Because the constitution was tailored from their corrupt perspective. That is where we find ourselves mammon. If that is the problem, that's the problem. Until that our value system, our morals need to be reconfigured, we will have more problems.
Thank you.
Church.
Thank you.
Church is even worse. You know, so let's change our mindset.
Okay.
Change our belief, our value system. Let it come to work for all of us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Pastor Kudili, you were making a point.
Yes. Let's go back to societal value.
Okay.
Bringing up good morals. The church is trying. No matter how people are seen in their own perspective, the church is trying. Take away church from society. See that we're in the Banana Republic.
Okay, so let's quickly just take this call again. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Please go on. We have
church actually is trying. No matter how people are seeing it in their own point of view.
Yes.
You will not understand it except you are a leader. You are leading congregation.
Yes.
When you are a leader of congregation, you understand what church is.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Igeye, calling from Benin.
Go on.
Okay. Please, I want to ask the
Hello? Oh, that's network issue.
Okay, as I said,
yeah,
the societal value that we must have to look at it very well is affecting every aspect of the system of the government, because our belief system as a citizen have been tempered with finance and materialism.
Okay.
And it grip into the, like as my colleague has said, to be a counselor. It's not my mind. You don't go there. You don't try it at all.
And that's supposed to be at the local council level.
Just go there. Not to talk of House of Assembly, rep and senator and the governors and all this. So it is not, like somebody like me, in my area, a lot of them have come to see me. I have a lot of party leaders who I know very well. And by the time they will tell you, sometimes I go to them, I will discuss. Sometimes you hear from them that this and so person have come to meet them, and I have to settle his followers. And the more people you carry that along, the more they come to you. Even like Nicodemus, let me put it that way. They will come and see. So, and for you to come out and you want to call, like my colleague have earlier said that, yes, we should give it a level playground. But if you dare want to come in as a politician, you must have a very deep pocket. If your pocket is not deep, don't dare it. You understand me now? And one thing again that is paining me, because some of these politicians, they will come up 1, 2, 3, 4 to contest maybe 1 or 2 times, it will favor them.
Yeah.
And all that they are lost in the past, they want to regain it back. You understand me now? It's like a beast, they want to regain it back. So that is why, personally, if we want to have good governance in these our nations, we have to address the issue of money. The money is playing a lot of negative role instead of positive role. Our youth of today are doing a lot of things because of it, and these are our youth that we say they are leaders of tomorrow. Like children, you can't go to a house when children are not there playing. For example, a married man, you go to visit him, and you don't hear children crying or children playing or what about you. Brother, where is my friend? Where is your children? But when you see children playing around the compound, you know that house is fully occupied. You are not yet occupied as a woman when you don't have children. So the same thing I'm saying, if what we are saying now will make sense in the nearest future, we have to look down to our children, our society. But whatever we are saying now is for the future. Let's forget about today, years to it's a thing. We are talking about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years to come.
Okay.
You understand me now? So if we start to sing that song, I believe one day we got it right.
Thank you. Sabes, your closing remarks.
Yes, what we need to do to have good governance is to have very strong institutions.
Okay.
The institutions we have are not strong enough now. Both the judiciary, the Nigerian police and all that, they are not strong. They are not really independent. If those institutions are strengthened and they are independent, they'll be able to checkmate the excesses of these custodians of state powers. For instance, if you listen to, if you tune to US, to CNN two days ago, you will see a high court judge putting the former president of the United States, on the spot. And he cautioned him, if you're going to behave the way you are doing now, I will ensure that you are detained. Can that happen in Nigeria? Because there's a strong institution. So until we have such strong institutions, we will not be able to move anywhere. The judiciary will say, we are on our own. This is what the law says. There's common sense, there's wisdom. A place where you don't have wisdom, common sense is not used. You rely on technicalities of the law. That would not be a good institution. So take money away from those institutions, like my colleague has just said now. Then those institutions will now be very strong. Otherwise, what we have just now is a situation where we are breeding what we call megalomaniacs. People who are hungry for power. You were a governor yesterday. The next thing you want to do now, you want to be a minister.
Yes.
Even while you are a minister somewhere, you are breathing over the shoulder of the government you left behind. You say, oh, the structure there is my own. If you touch that structure, I will come here. You see, this is where we find ourselves. When people are coming in, let us screen them. Why do you want to be a minister again? You were once a governor. Let us explain what you did as a governor. So, and again, like he said, we must not forget that, like he said, we are looking at the future.
Yeah,
let us also re-engineer our educational system.
Okay.
Civic education must come. We must begin to teach people the value system that we so cherish. That money is not everything.
Okay.
Thank
you. Closing remarks, Dr. Elvis. Just a quick one.
There's a business mongo in Nigeria. It's part of Nigeria's problem.
Okay.
We in Nigeria need to pray. There's a business mongo in Nigeria. He doesn't. I have carried a research.
Yes.
And the government, the federal government, need to do something about that man. He doesn't want every other businesses to grow. He wants to be the monopoly. And it's a major problem in Nigeria. And that man need to be contained. Otherwise, it's part of our major, listen, the economic crisis we're having now is a major factor to it. He doesn't want any other business. I don't want to mention his name.
Yeah, please don't mention him. Yes.
A business mogul, we all know him. He's producing everything. He has shut a lot of people out of business. He has frustrated people, and he's doing this with the backing of some of the top people in the government.
Okay.
If we now want Nigeria to be better, great again, and we desire, we have to pray, and we have to pray for, let there be problem in their midst so that cabal will scatter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elvis. I hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of 60 Minutes Nigeria. If you did, keep a date with me. By God's grace, we'll be here again with a different set of guests to analyze national issues. I must thank Apostle Okudili. Thank you very much for your wonderful comments. Sabe Sirabe, I know you'd have loved to have time so you can educate our people.
Thank you
so
much.
Davis Agbanema, thank you very much for your comments. That's the program. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.